Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
In saying that we are live now. Is that?
It's a tough call.
Is that? Are we?
I didn't watch the intro. Did
Are
you
we-
the intro?
That
roll?
means nothing to me.
Are we playing? Are we playing Black Remnant?
We are playing Black Remnant.
It's the War
back.
PG.
Yes.
It's back. Obviously, copyright Jerry Holkins. Great terminology to describe it. Talp did not make it up.
He's just trying to get it on camera, so there's evidence.
Stavrin is only barely a character. Let's be clear. Let's be clear about that. Well, I mean, obviously we missed a week.
I didn't miss that. We didn't miss a week. We painted a lot of mechs last
I
week.
guess that's true. We needed to get a lot of base in there, and so the fantasy scenario is that for you, the viewer, when we put robots on a table, there isn't the white plastic underneath their feet, along with all the paint that happened to miss the mech. That's the new thing we're shooting for, and I feel good about
It's a
it.
new thing you're shooting. I mean, I think everybody else has already shot for it a long time ago.
It's possible.
It's called finishing painted models.
Yeah.
But they're finished.
Yes. No. It's true.
Ish.
So yes, there was some housekeeping, but about the narrative. Obviously, the narrative did pause for
Yes.
a week.
And man, did it pause at the right time.
It really did. I got really excited. So, but there was one thing I did not know, and I know that everyone at home is just as concerned about this as me. How does one spell Chagos? The name of this world.
I'll tell you right now. Chagos.
Yeah! Sorry, I spelled the word right, and I mean, I get excited about things like that. I don't know if you
That wasn't
knew.
a really tough word, though.
I went to
Were
city.
you putting like a T in there somewhere, or
Chagos.
Chagos. No, I'm just saying. Spelling bee, Spokane. I went to city, and I didn't win, but I did get there, and so
You may be pleased to know, if you go to sarna.net, Chagos is an actual planet.
hold on a second. Are you not just making these up off the top of your head?
I've got an inner
Do you
sphere
actually have
map.
the inner sphere map? We're actually like traveling through the real inner sphere?
Yeah.
Oh man, I would have made up all of
It
these.
really is a part of the Free World
No.
League.
I was just gonna
Jerry.
say. I was just like.
We're using some real shit here.
No, this place
We're
is.
playing with live ammo, man.
It's like no, this is the world of chickens, and there's a lot of like I mean, I'd be like I would do it D&D style. I'd be like, oh yeah, this place has got a tasty sandwich.
Listen, I have made up a planet or two.
in my day.
Yeah.
But you're saying
This one is a real one in the inner sphere. I have made up. Been a planet that I just made up for.
No, but is the rest of the tale true? Is Chagos a place that
I have no idea.
No, the
has
no
entry
fucking clue.
is just
it's
the
blank.
name of the planet
Yep.
and blank.
It's blank. So I just took a little
Clean
liberty.
slate.
I took a little liberty and just kind of expounded on this
well,
one. And I think that would be fun. That's the
listen,
fun part of it.
I think that you have done a service to the viewer because Chagos so far is kind of a cool spot insofar as it appears to be something like a feeder league.
Yeah, it's the outskirts where you earn your cred and make a little money on the
As
side.
as for lack of a better term, a robot jocks type.
And that's
we like to
just
call them mech jocks. But
it's just a city. Like the whole planet isn't a giant arena.
I love
it's
this.
all about your perspective. Maybe the whole inner sphere is just a giant arena. I don't know.
It's like you need to turn that PvP flag on
Yeah.
when you're outside the main city. But to boil it down, essentially, this is one of two stops on the way to a distant world to work with a contact from the Federated Suns. It sounds like about on the topic of the currently
Right.
mostly top secret invasion fleet.
Yeah,
that
not
the
that you were-
Draconis Combine.
Yeah.
That the Draconis Combine is trying to make some kind of a play for their border worlds.
Yes, because remember last episode you were in the city of Rameses on the planet Westover, and you were doing a recon for Editrune.
Exactly. And we found that this place was in fact stacked from the floor to the ceiling with illicit ammunition.
Yeah.
So
After which, you received a transmission of thanks and a transfer of funds. Then as well as an encoded message that you learned.
yes, and I have plans for the encoded message.
Okay.
So
But before we get to it, other
Yes.
things happened. You were contacted by the Federated Sons, Representative Vamar Kral. And they said once you get into the territory, they will get you more information on some recon they would like you to do. After which, you had the choice of going to Mackenzie or Chagos.
right.
And Chagos being the more sparse western kind
Yeah, a
of front,
little more frontier world.
frontier town. You chose that over the more well-populated Mackenzie.
Right. And of course, it's absolutely vital to establish that Stavrin thinks of Chagos. He wants to go legit. He thinks that Chagos is like his last spring break. You know what I mean? Like he thinks that this is that after this he is gonna really buckle down and be the man that the mercenary organization needs him to be.
So Stavrin has not been legit?
No. He is a complete goofball. In his mind, he's like, you know what? This is the last time. This is the last time I'm gonna show my ass.
So you just want to be better at your job, is what you mean
Yes,
by being legit.
He wants to attempt to do it with any seriousness at all, but not now. Now it's Chagos, baby. Now it's Chag City.
What happens in Chagos?
One presumes.
There's actually just a big Chagos neon sign as you go in.
There's a big bin out front. You just leave stuff in there.
But you do have, after repairs of your mechs from an incredible battle over recon.
Yeah, I found a way to turn a recon sweep into a $10 million hole for the organization, and that's not something
That's not legit.
No, this is an example.
Yep, you have 3 million apiece, 3 million C-bills apiece, or 6 XP apiece.
Exactly.
However you want to look at it, plus one extra XP for
Bonus.
the group.
Yeah.
Whether you
We
put
need
that.
to acknowledge Alien BW's contribution here.
Oh, deep Chagos style
Alan
pizza.
BW.
You mutant. This has to. You need to reel it in, pal.
So did we end up getting our stuff repaired?
Yes, it was repaired. You
We got
spent 2.
repaired.
So after the repairs, you have 3 million C-bills each, or 6 XP.
Exactly. So that's the amount that he just gave us is
After the
post.
And I assume we will continue to not apply to our character sheets and blow it on.
Absolutely, no, it's gotta be blown.
bullshit.
It's gotta be blown on Chagos. It's gonna be snacks.
Yeah.
It's gonna be. They got nice stuff.
Like
deep dish pizza.
Yes,
nachos,
exactly.
French fry. Well,
Nagos.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a world covered in cheese.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
No. But hold on, you're not wrong. I wonder if this isn't a great opportunity to just put a little bit of points into a stat.
No, I'm not going to tell you what to do or what not to do, but you're about to go into a situation where you're going to be fighting, or you plan to fight in the games. I'm not going to say that it's not going to require money or it isn't, but
I'm
food
sure
for thought.
on Chagos, a large part of it is going to be gambling.
Yeah, it's going to be gambling and wheel greasing and licenses to secure licenses. Oh, you don't have your license? It's going to be this type of
It's
shit.
like you got to get the upgraded license.
No,
You
it's
got-
gonna be-
you got headlights on the thing? Headlight license, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a nightmare. All right, so
But you actually did go, you are parked at the end of the spaceport strip. You
Exactly.
saw several other drop ships lining up and down the strip. as you made your way into Chagos, you spoke with the portmaster. Then afterwards, you went and bought a license.
Yes, exactly. A license for our organization, the Black Remnant, to partake in this, local theater league.
Yeah.
For much more serious, much more prestigious games elsewhere. But judging by how many dropships are here, this is a place where shit happens. Like, people definitely cut their teeth here in this sport.
And we ended last episode with Roshan at night taking off his neural helmet, looking out of the bay and seeing the strip, the illuminated strip,
indeed,
and all of the banners of past mech warriors that have fought in the games.
And you were watching. A match.
A match, yeah, around probably about maybe, but yes. So I am essentially trying to penetrate the inner sanctum of Chagos. I want to see the game behind the game, basically. So I am in listening station mode as I'm moving through. Obviously, I have the license here. I'm trying to pay extra attention to see if that's something that anybody took note of. I basically just want to listen only for a couple hours, and try to absorb as much of the industry part of it as I can. I'm genuinely wondering if there is any way to thumb or manipulate any part of the scales here.
After a little bit of watch, not even an hour, probably in 15 minutes into the first bout of mechs, you see several, maybe one or two people dressed in these very rich royal blue cloaks. And what you see them just going up to patrons in the stands,
Really?
And handing over a data sheet.
These are slates.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna watch this now. Are they going to people who look like they are similarly situated? Are we talking about fine textiles broadly?
No, they're just going up and down, and you'll see people raise their hand and wave.
Oh, then that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
It's like peanuts, you know?
Yeah, that's exactly. Except I assume instead of peanuts, it's an opportunity to lose millions of C-bills. So, but I will definitely flag over these big cloaked individuals.
Yep.
And see what the game behind the game looks like.
Yeah, sure. And one of them walks up to you. You can't actually see his face under the cloak.
Really?
Or their
it's one of
face.
these types of places.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you see him turn a data slate over to you, and on it, the two warriors fighting. You see the two mechs.
Oh, I can see all the metadata.
Yep.
It's like win loss draw type sort of situation.
Right. And you, right now you see the odds. If you bet on the Mad Cat that's in the arena, it's a 2/3, 2 to 3 odds. If you're betting on the Phoenix Hawk, it's only a 1 to 3 odds.
Interesting. Well, I mean, we could lose some money right away. So, tell me how these plays out. I've never heard betting odds rendered in this fashion.
So if you bet, it's like horse racing. If you bet $1,
Yeah.
you'll get 3 back if it wins.
Oh, the Phoenix Hawk?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that makes sense because he's about to get fucked up the ass by this Mad Cat.
But with the Mad Cat, you have to bet $2 to get 3 back.
To get $3, exactly. So these are just the ratios. I mean, I can't. I mean, this right here, I don't see the edge. I don't see the edge in this particular thing to attract my capital at this time.
While you're looking at the data slate, Roshan comes up. He's like, "Hey, Commander."
Yeah. So you found the you found the brochure. You're all dialed in, and so you managed to track me down even inside this place. Yeah, and I'm gonna. Are these cloaky people still here?
One is in front of you.
Okay.
Still holding out the.
Yeah.
They're not speaking. They just.
Oh, absolutely.
They're just
absolutely. Here, so I wave your attention over to this to this slate.
Yeah, he just Roshan looks at the slate and then looks at the competitors. Looks at the slate, looks at the competitors. Looks at the slate, looks at the competitors.
Absolutely. Here. And I wave the slate away. I'm gonna go to the concession stand.
Okay.
And I'm going to get like the Atlas slushy and like the big popcorn that's like a drop ship, but it's full, but it's like you open up the top and it's popcorn. And I'm gonna get these because these are for Roshan, these are not for me. That's just the Atlas slush, that's empty calories. Like I don't need that.
And the vendor's like, thanks, bub. Remember to keep your points. And you see little pull tabs on the side that are just points.
Well, how many? Tell me more.
500 points get you another slushie.
And the drop ship is like 2 points.
Yeah.
I say, so wait a second. So I mean, the question I have to ask myself is, can I afford not to get another drop ship?
I agree. How many more would you like?
0. I'm on to you.
That's not the word. That's not the answer I wanted. But
No, I'll be back. Listen, I gotta empty these out.
all right.
And so
Keep those points.
exactly. So I definitely do take off the points and I put those in my pocket. Those aren't for Roshan. All the loyalty program that goes right here, that goes to the organization, and we all benefit. I mean, ultimately. And so, but yeah, dropship popcorn, and I set the Atlas down like on the stands, and then I bring the dropship in, like I bring it in from fucking orbit. It's like. I say, don't tell me I never gave you nothing.
And Roshan, you see both in both of these objects, you see a half-inch square
Don't blow up my fucking spot.
that's been ripped out of each one.
Asshole. I say, yeah, I'm keeping track of all the points.
Like Roshan barely notices.
Oh, yeah,
you come
yeah.
back. He's just glued on to this bout.
Okay, yeah.
And,
Then I'll just fence him in with these snacks and treats.
The better odds had the Mad Cat.
Yeah, the better odds are to the Mad Cat because
And
it's
it
$2
was,
or it's 2 to 3. So you have to bet 2 of whatever and you only get 3. You know, essentially 1 back. Whereas the other one, you bet 1 and you get 3.
Yeah, but there is a reason. But you know what though? Maybe we need to do more research on this Phoenix, on the Shadowhawk.
And it was Ball that he was watching previously. So.
He wasn't watching him. He just heard, you don't want to fight him.
Okay, got it.
Ball's not in this ring.
Got it.
And then you hear some commotion and a drop down onto the stands, and you just hear of metal. She's like, guys, and you see Zigzag just look, and she just crunches up
The snacks?
all the snacks. It's just a goblet of popcorn is she's mulching into it. This is great.
Yeah, it is great, but it's not free. Okay, like this, you're gonna get this stuff everywhere. I'm paying attention to this. Like, we're on a budget now.
Why?
Because I made bad choices, and
Not my problem. You can see the level of popcorn just going down.
it's just imagine that there's a visual representation of the popcorn meter, and it's descending.
Yeah.
So I want to. I mean, I'm very, very curious about this. I want to know why this is a Shadowhawk or the mech.
Which one?
Phoenix Hawk.
Phoenix Hawk?
Phoenix Hawk, yeah.
So what is it? How is this Phoenix Hawk comporting itself in here? Like, is it doing all right?
Yeah, it's doing fine.
Yeah.
Right now, you can see that the Mad Cat is kind of scrambling as best as it can to outmaneuver the Phoenix Hawk.
It wants to engage with the Phoenix Hawk with indirect fire, and
You see,
it doesn't want to get into a skirmish.
You
with
see
it.
its torso walking one way, or its legs walking one way, and it has rotated its torso so it's in the firing arc of the Phoenix Hawk.
Roshan says, "This is really interesting. This is really interesting, Commander."
I say, break it down for me. I'm pointing out at this, and I'm saying, like, does this? And I point over at the Phoenix Hawk. I'm like, does this make sense?
No, Maximilian Genuus, he's typically a duos competitor. So seeing him in the ring in a solo, it's odd. It's really interesting. Obviously, it looks like Jacob Fedorov in the Mad Cat is gonna take this one.
All right. I say. I'm just gonna listen to this because I think that his weird ass level of interest here. I mean, he's breaking it all the way down to the pilot level. I think that there might be a way. Well, first of all, I'm definitely gonna get paid when I put him into a mech and put him inside that hole. I'm gonna make money on that. But I wonder if I can't utilize this encyclopedic level of knowledge just to get Daddy a little extra money before payday.
Off the top.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm wondering. I'm like Fedorov. So it's like, so what happened to his partner? Do you think, or is he splitting off now? Like,
I mean, he currently is the title holder with his wife for the duos, so maybe he's just trying to stretch his legs.
Yeah. Well, he has to be able to imagine a world where it's a solo thing. I mean, this is a dangerous business anyway.
The Cathcart stables aren't really performing this season, but
this is like a.
But this is a boon for Fedorov, so it's definitely going to.
He's like a
to help
he's like a
out the
football
stable.
head. He's like he's breaking
You've
it
been
down
in
to
his
the
room.
And you like hear over the intercom, you say, "Oh, the Phoenix Hawk has taken another hit."
Yeah, so I'm paying very, very close attention. I want to go get I want to get a roster, or maybe it's indicated somewhere here in the stands, like the next battle.
The lists are actually outside. There is a big. It's almost a medieval set of lists where you see the shields and crests.
Oh, you see, we're actually like looking at livery and like house marks and things like that. Shit, yeah. That's marvelous. That's a really cool image.
It's like horse racing. It's actual stables.
Yeah. Yeah. Of mechs.
Teams.
Yeah, exactly.
But this is the last battle of the night.
Okay. I'm watching close. And bets are still open?
Bets are still open.
Okay.
But the odds are decreasing.
Yes, exactly.
The payoffs are decreasing
as it's going in. I mean, obviously the Shadow Hawk.
Well, the Phoenix Hawk odds are going up. It's like 1-6 now.
Of course, because he doesn't have a left arm.
Yeah.
And that is, that's obviously, it's going to affect the numbers out there. And the cat basically looks like it walked off of a factory showroom.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's purely waxed. Oh! Hold on. So Kiko is investing one of his. What do you want to happen here, Rashawn?
You see Rashawn's head turn a little bit? Yeah, it turns straight again, and then like you hear it turn, he just turns a little bit again.
Could you give the puss of Rashawn and that, like your character, like?
And I turn too.
Oh, that's Stavrin. Sorry.
No, because you're looking over and then you look back. Yes. I'm just like following your head, but like a second later each time.
It sounds like the right gyro in the hip of the Mad Cat is about to go. He's not going to be able to move very much longer.
And I'm like, what? You can hear this?
You can't hear that?
I'm pulling the guy. I'm pulling him over. I am waving over the guys with and it's like if they don't come fast enough, I'm starting to move to them.
Okay, yeah, one of them easily makes it over. They're still taking bets, and Hurley's making bets.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead.
You see that the Phoenix Hawk is now 1 to 8.
Here, I'm just gonna go ahead just for kicks. I'm just gonna put 1 million credits. I know where to get more. You know what I mean? I'll just make another bet tomorrow. Betting is like investing. It's an investment in a particular future, right? I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to get like all of my info in before the values change. I'm like, nope. And then I forget like a number, pull it up. And then get in there, clock it in, and it feels stupendous.
So you spent $1 million?
Yes. Yeah. And then I go down. I am down at the very front of the stands.
What is an average bet for like this?
About like this, it can be anywhere from $500,000 all the way up to 10 to 20.
Okay, so $1 million isn't.
It's
not out of the question.
Out of the question.
Got it. Okay.
Well, especially if it's named, and people are betting from home as well. I mean, I suspect this is just how it looks here. But no, I am right down at the very front, like in the crazy person section of the stands at this point, on my feet, and I am saying things about the pilot of the Mad Cat's mother that are. They're not factual. Let's say this. They cannot possibly be factual. It's unlikely. Even getting 10 horses, just getting the horses has its own complexity. But what I'm describing a scenario that just purely as a physical matter seems unlikely. And then I also have a range of physical gestures to communicate some of the things. And I'm like, and each of the fingers essentially is like, and I'm like.
So you're currently the opposite of having chill?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. This is the unchill that you've heard about.
So you see the Phoenix Hawk start to charge, and at that point,
I am rising like my yes.
A set of salvos comes out of the Mad Cat and blows both arms off of.
Just shears the hawk
off of the hawk, but the hawk is still moving, but it stopped and it did like a strafe. It slid, and is just kind of shocked now.
God, so we're looking for those. We're looking for those central. We're looking for those weapons in the chest. We're looking for those weapons that are centrally located, and this is the time. I mean, this is the time. This is the place. Hot energy is beginning to flow. Myanmar bundles are beginning to tense.
You see no.
I feel it.
You see no energy beams coming out of the Phoenix Hawk. They've been blown off. So it's out of weapons at this point, but it's still moving.
That's got to be a good feeling. And I'm seeing a situation and I'm like, just get up there, just kick it, just kick it. I'm just like reaching out, like I'm almost in the arena now myself. I'm just kick it, and then just to indicate, I show what kicking would represent.
What determines the victor?
Immobilization.
Okay.
So yeah, and these guys
or ejection.
These guys pull the trigger and eject.
When I was doing my research for the games and the arenas,
I mean, you have like some text.
What do you think I did all day yesterday?
You went hard. No, I am overjoyed. This is what I like.
This is a huge part of my character.
Yeah.
The weapons are live, so competitors die. Okay.
It sounds like they can.
Okay.
God, but all we need, we just need some kind of a lucky hit. We see a lucky hit, a lucky kick.
Or I'll let you describe what the Mad Cat does next.
Okay, so obviously it's rough for the Mad Cat because it's mostly a medium to long range platform.
So once you get up close.
So once it gets in close, and obviously the Phoenix Hawk has dexterity innate and speed. So the as the salvo hits and the Phoenix Hawk continues to close after losing its last functioning primary arm, gun, and situation. It gets in, and that's when things go awry on the Mad Cat with that
actuator?
that gyro, and it ends up
Yes!
it ends up sort of in a constant moving arc because the leg is jammed and it can't move. So it does like a little weird hop, and then the Phoenix gets behind it. And you see the Mad Cat's torso try to track the Phoenix, but without the torso without the legs moving with the torso, he can't track it fast enough.
Oh no.
So
Things are looking bad for the Mad Cat, folks.
Maximilian in the Phoenix Hawk takes opportunity, and as soon as he gets into the back arc and sees the situation, he sort of moves some distance away to get a running start, to get some momentum behind him.
Yes.
Yes. He notices like there's a weird rock outcropping
absolutely.
on the ground.
I noticed this too. I was like, God, that's gonna come up again.
He knows that the Mad Cat, the way it's built, is typically top heavy, obviously, with the giant
it's
rock
all here,
explosive or
right?
something.
It's
So
all up there.
He realizes that if he goes anywhere lower, if he makes contact anywhere underneath the midsection, it's not going to be enough to topple it over.
No, the center of gravity's all fucked up.
He's sort of without having any arms to counterbalance, he manages to scramble up onto the top of this rock and launch off of it.
Like against the setting sun, I hope. Or the
And
floodlights.
just puts all of the weight into the back of the Mad Cat's upper torso to try and get it off its feet.
Yes!
And you see the Mad Cat just crushed by the weight of this maneuver, and it splits in half as Maximilian hits the troubled gyro and causes a shock throughout the system and a crack.
Oh, it's a shudder.
Yeah.
Well, because that's the weird thing is that it has a type of synthetic musculature. I bet that the way that they actually move is weird. Right? I've been thinking about this a lot. Anyway, yes, I'm sorry. So you're saying it cracks open. It starts to like sympathetic vibrations are traveling through this mech.
You essentially see the torso separate from the legs and just slide off onto the ground.
Like a samurai film.
And you hear over the intercom, "Did not see that one happening, folks."
I saw it. I saw it, you motherfucker.
Fedorov took a swing and a miss, and Maximilian got him. Good Lord, it's been a great game so far. See you in one day.
I feel like I am on there. I feel like I won. I turn around and I expect adulation. I mean, I feel like I went through the entire experience with this Phoenix Hawk. And I'm gonna look out, and then it's just like, are these big cloaked fellows?
One comes up and sticks out the data slate again. Yeah, and you can see the funds transferring to your account.
Correct. every person in our section drinks, but I get all the coupons.
You now have 300 coupons, and as you had to hand out 150 drinks.
I got so many, dude. Now I have to get one of the drop pops, and that is holding all of my coupons now, because I can't keep them in the pockets anymore. I have too many. And dude, I can almost taste that free popcorn. It's on the way. It's near. Upon black wings does it come. So yeah, I mean, I have this. It's tucked right under, and I'm starting to think maybe Chagos is for me. I'm starting to think maybe I'm a Chagos boy. Maybe get a permanent residence out here. It's been a good night. Hope I don't get robbed on the way back
of all your tokens.
No, I have all my shit. Absolutely. Yeah. So I mean, I'll wait
and
for.
And the crowds are dispersing now.
Oh, absolutely. So by the snack spot, like sort of at the exit of our section, I'm just gonna wait for Roshan. So I thought I saw somebody like trying to like get the coupon off before and I was like, I had to deal with that. So I didn't want you to see it, but it's like words were exchanged and. I got the coupon. That's the only important part of the story, is that the coupon is mine now, and it's like I really feel like I could have just bought a popcorn instead. I realize that, but even that is not enough to mar my great victory, because I'm sitting on a fucking pile of credits here, and I feel immortal. I feel like there's absolutely nothing that can go wrong from here.
It's like the first good thing that's happened to
Yeah.
since we started this whole campaign.
You made more money on that one bet than you did that whole mission.
Yeah, the whole campaign. Yeah, the best part about this is that Uncle Logan can't get any of it. He can't touch it. I gotta start making my money in a place where he can't get his filthy, grubby little mitts on it.
I gotta make money by not being a mercenary.
Exactly. It's like yeah, that's the ultimate technique. I'm gonna flip the script on this piece of shit. But no. I mean, I'm ready to take like the kids basically.
Yeah.
I'm ready to take the kids home because I got some things I need to do back at the ship.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you can easily make it home. It is a beautiful night out.
Yeah.
That warm. Jungle air.
Oh, Chagos. Oh, Chagos is like it's a humid,
Yep.
like high jungle type planet. Mm-hmm. Dude, that's even cooler. Is that jungle aspect? Is that part of the arena too? Mm-hmm. Is it sort of like a natural environment?
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh.
So Rashawn's still buzzing on the
bet.
log back.
Oh no, and I'm not going to do anything to interfere with that at all. And he's also had like 3 of these Atlas slushies, I'm sure.
Just talking, just prattling on about
through the roof.
What happened, and he's like, yeah, the Cath that result
It's a shocking
was
result.
definitely a possibility because the Cathcart stables haven't been investing in their maintenance this season, and like their battle mechs just sometimes just can't make it through a bout.
Yeah, I say, I mean, when was the last time you had a chance to see a bout?
Oh, just on the ship 2 days ago.
Oh, and,
These are all broadcasts.
I was just gonna say, is that a video thing? I mean, I wonder how he's listening to it. Like, but I wonder for Sean. I wonder for Sean would like if he would prefer in the same. This happens, even in the regular world.
Mm-hmm. He goes to like an OTB.
He might prefer just the audio. Yeah. so that he can just picture it and place it.
So even throughout our missions, he's got one earbud in, listening, listening to the bouts.
Dude, that kicks ass. But it's even worse than that. It's like even if it's not live, it's like, oh, I missed this one. Yeah, I'm gonna listen to fucking podcasts out on the thing. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna come back. I'm just gonna take a real quick note. Is there? These are all this livery that we see on these jump ships on the way out. Like
you don't recognize.
Yeah, I was just gonna say most of this is gonna be. There's gonna be a locality that, is sort of the teams and stables that make up the competitive space in this area.
Yeah, and as you're walking back, a young woman comes up and hands you a data slate, and it is of all of the matches that'll take place in 2 days, and the ones that now that you have a license that can be participated in.
Okay.
You see that there is a 1v1 match, a 2v2, and a 5v5. 2v2, 5v5 is in 5 days.
Yeah.
Time.
Interesting. Okay. Well, it's not time to tell Rashawn about this yet. I want him to get as full a night's sleep as he can get, because I'm going to be asking a lot. I'm going to be asking a lot of this young man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can see on this data slate the tournament brackets. The first open slot is going to be, if it's a 1v1 match, it'll be against Prima Cole, who has a Shadow Cat.
Okay, here. I'm just going to take some real quick notes. So the 1v1, at least the intro, is the Shadow Cat, and it's Prima?
Yep. Pema, sorry. Pema.
Excuse me. Last name?
Cole.
Cold.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If you go with the 2v2, that is against Lysenka Bash, who has a Summoner, and Huner Gorson, who has a Mist Lynx.
Wow, all kinds of perverted shit out here in this neighborhood, huh? All kinds of weirdo.
You do see other brackets and who's fighting who, but those are the only ones that are
those are the
relevant.
ones that have room in the rosters. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna tap into that tomorrow, and if I need to grease the wheels. I've recently come into some money. So. All right.
Oh, and you do also know that to enter into a 1v1, it's a $2 million buy-in.
Shit.
Or sorry, it's a $1 million buy-in, 2 XP.
And then exactly, and then
2v2 is $2 million buy-in.
So I know what happens when people bet. I mean, what do you come away with as a pilot?
What's the purse?
The purse is you get the other person's wager.
Oh, you
get their buy-in.
You come. Oh, that's the money.
Yep.
And you get your money back.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yep. You get the total buy-in.
Yeah. Shit. All right.
And I'm not saying you can't make other bets.
No. I strongly suspect that this could occur. Yes. All right. Yeah. So I'm gonna.
But she drops that off for you in the notes.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I still have that info. I'm just gonna tuck that into my pocket real quick. But I absentmindedly reach into the drop pop. It's not popcorn anymore. I spit a couple of the coupons back out into the container. I made a bad choice, and I'm gonna live with that.
So what did we net from those winnings?
Well, I mean, the drinks I assume are not going to be $1 million. No. So
They're not.
I put in one, and it paid out 1 to 8.
You got 8 million.
I got 8 million fucking credits, or 8 million C
Well,
bills.
7 million extra.
Yeah. It was real nice.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling free, maybe for the first time. Yeah. So when I feel compelled to get the kids essentially like back into the ship before it's too much later, and I don't need burnout up my ass because Zigzag was out all night. You know what I mean?
And also based on our last.
Well,
48,
yes, exactly. I'm saying that
there could be some danger
with
involved.
these two, it's like sometimes they get kidnapped. It's some D+ type shit. But yeah, so basically, I just want everybody. I just want to get everybody sort of situated, like get them sort of set back up. Of course, we have that all ship radio that's by the bay doors. I tell Burnout that everybody's back in, and I'm just going to lock up the bays.
Roger.
And then I wait
Okay.
about 10 minutes
Okay.
to make sure that everybody's actually getting tucked in, everybody's actually situated and going to their...
You see Zigzag just sitting outside like literally climbed up on the Atlas bar on the head.
Just back out in the corner?
Yeah, and she's just chomping on more popcorn. she retained one full drop ship of popcorn.
Okay.
And she's just sitting up there.
Okay.
Just
Well, listen, it's going to take her a really long time to get to me from there. And that means this is a great time to look underneath the cover.
Okay.
And get a real strong, good look at the project, because I need this thing to work.
So as you start walking over, you see her start to stand up, and she's still chomping on the popcorn,
kicks ass.
but she's standing up on top of the mech
Okay,
now.
and I'm like, okay, shit. Now I gotta kind of move. And so now I'm starting to move faster. It starts out smooth, but now I'm making like a break for it.
Okay,
and she knows that I'm doing that.
And you see the bowl just kind of start to lower a little bit, and she's still chomping.
Oh yeah, I close the distance. I'm very fast. I get right underneath that thing, and I feast on it.
As you're running up to it,
it's perverse.
You see her put the bowl in one hand, pull out a remote, and press a button.
No.
And as you're coming up, you just see a giant leg kick out.
Just descends.
It just kicks out from underneath the tarp, and it is about 5 feet from you.
It's huge.
It stops 5 feet from you. Yeah.
I can't look at it. I say it's not ready. You don't want me to look at it? It's like you're halfway done. Okay. All right. And I kind of juke like, whoa. Like, okay, no, it's not gonna.
And she just sits back down.
Sure. Say, well, I gotta, I go, oh, man, I'm gonna turn in. Why don't you turn in too? I'll just clean up in here. See if that, no, it's not working? All right. Okay. Listen, make sure that coupon doesn't go anywhere. That's a big part of the organization
And
right
she
now.
rips it out.
No. I don't need to have it right now, but I need to know where it is.
Puts it right in her pocket.
Thank you. So I'm gonna while she's doing that, I'm gonna head over just back into the corner where these increasingly erratic cleaning bots are not cleaning the ship anymore. They have their own, apparently they have their own projects. They have their own little things that they're working on in the corner, from scraps, bits and bobs.
Okay.
Anything that falls out from underneath the tarp is seized, snatched, repurposed. Any repair job, anything that takes place, they are beginning to assess, identify, reshape, and assemble.
Okay.
And I have a handwritten version folded over in my back pocket of the strange message that we received in the last game that I was not able to penetrate. Certainly not during the game.
Oh, yeah.
The chat was not able to penetrate it. And then I spent several hours with code breaking software in game and out of game trying to ascertain exactly what the code was. But I think
Couldn't do it, huh?
I think that these bots would be much better at doing it than me. And I'm gonna kneel down on one knee, like I'm going to propose to these robots.
And you just see them all kind of like tilt, like.
I say, I feel like we have kind of a good thing going in here. You are over here doing things. Tiny pieces of metal fall down. You get them, you bring them back. By this time, they have made like 1.5 extra bots exactly like themselves. So there's just more of them now. And I say, I can get you a lot more. I can get you a lot more scraps.
And you see him like hop up and down.
But I have things that I need to know sometimes, and sometimes I'm going to need help with things, and I would like you to help me with this. And I get it out, and I unfold the message, the goofy chunk. I think that the words are correct. And I'm basically talking to them about the code, and I say, I think that all the words are the right number of letters. I think the punctuation is correct, but I don't understand what cipher was used to do this. I have a guess that the code might be thank you, that the cipher key might be thank you, because that was in the message they sent to me, and this was an official communique from an actual real-life politician. There's no reason for me to believe that this particular part of it was... You see what I mean, bots? Do you see what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about?
And then they look at it. You see one in particular come out, and you see a red light.
Does it seem like is he a little bit different than the other ones?
Yeah, a little bit meatier, taller.
A little more beef?
Has more extremities, a little more.
More extremities?
Yeah, more,
Actuators.
And yeah. And it
limbs.
It looks like it's more higher, more evolved.
More evolved.
And you see.
Yeah, like this.
A red beam of light scan the code, and then the beam goes back over it and turns green. And then you see one of its little armatures.
Yeah.
Just kind of, he starts to bob up and down, and you see him pat one of the other ones on the back, and then he points at you, and you see him his whole body just shake. It's almost like they're laughing at you.
Yeah, I know you're saying. I know that the respect is mutual, right? I know that you're not making fun of me with your friends after I offered to give you a lot of cool scraps. It would be weird for you to do that, and that's why I think that's not what you're doing.
And you see him call another little bot that scrambles out, and you hear him ding ding on the top of his head with his arm, and then out of the back you just hear.
Oh yes, like old school, like ticker,
and
like dot matrix.
It prints out another piece of paper for you.
Perfect. I'll say I don't know. I hope this doesn't hurt. And I pull the sheet off of the off of the top.
It says you can read clearly. It says keep private channel open. More information will be sent in time.
Okay. So they are this was from the Federated Sons?
No. This was from Editrune.
Editrune, this is the person who gave us the job that was the recon job.
Yes, she was inside of the remnants of Comstar.
Oh, that's right. She was back in the guts of it.
Yeah, and it was Editrune, and she had a triangle and V after her name.
Okay. Well, I am going to take this opportunity. I'm gonna go over to Zigzag's like most prized junk box.
Okay.
I'm just gonna grab a couple morsels of little twists.
And you just hear from the Atlas
and tools.
What are you doing over there?
What,
Captain?
What, me?
Yeah.
I'm sleepwalking.
That sounds like a little bullshit. What? What?
I'm not even awake. And I'm just gonna grab a few nibblings, a few bits and bobs that she's got back in there. Stuff I don't think that she'll miss, or stuff that I was planning to replace for Christmas.
Get the ones that have a nice coat of oil.
Oh yeah, I want the rich ones. Exactly, the real tasty ones. And then I'm gonna come back and kneel in, and I'm gonna give a couple quick pats on the one whose head is apparently a printer. and I'm gonna reach a hand out, like a pinchy hand like this, and I'm gonna get one of those actuators on the boss, and I say, "It's been an absolute pleasure." And I say, "Here's some garbage," and then I just leave it out, set it down for them, and then I'm gonna head back up to my cabin.
And you start to see them scramble around it, and it's almost like a feast.
Oh yeah, they're gonna love this shit. There's more where that came from.
And then you start to see one of them from this scrum that is taking place over all these parts.
It's like a crab bucket,
Yeah,
right?
essentially. You see one of them, and it's a saucer shape, and it starts to fly up above the rest. And
I say, okay, that's too much.
and it
I say that's too much. Like don't be flying
This
around.
bud has got to
yeah,
be nipped.
yeah, exactly. I was just like, fuck. Now they think they run the place.
and it zooms up underneath the tarp.
I say, okay, that's fine actually. If you can tell me I was wrong. If you tell me what's under there, I got some more stuff. I got a couple little tasty, little crunchies.
And you see Zigzag stand up again.
I say, ZZ, did you make these? Why do they live here? Did you make them?
I can either
Is this
confirm
one
or
of your-
deny that, Captain.
So yes. Anyway, they're flying now. Thanks. So I'm gonna head back up. I'm just gonna head back up to like my little cabin, which is essentially like, in my mind, it's like right by. It's by the bridge. It's sort of like there's a short stair that comes down with like the hand railings that go up, right? And then there's it's basically like flight deck, command level berths. And so I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna initiate using Editroon's command info. Being careful to append all of the symbols, I am going to just set it up, instantiate it, and then leave a channel open. So essentially just as like a little bucket that'll catch anything that she sends.
Yep.
And then I'm going to go up to the bridge itself, and just the chairs up there are good. They're good chairs. And I'm going to sleep up in I'm just going to kick back in one of the chairs up there, like right in front of the blast shield, and just kick back and get some rest.
Okay.
Try to calculate everything that occurred today.
Okay. And as you do that, as your eyes kind of fade into dust, Burnout just walks past you, walks to the door, he says, "Good job, kid, get some sleep." And he just kind of whispers it and walks out.
So he left?
Yep.
I move over to the captain's. I move over to his chair now that he's gone, because I know that's a real good one. And zonk out.
Okay.
Roshan is eyes wide open.
Oh yeah, he's
looking at the
on
ceiling
drugs,
of his book.
right? He is on robot drugs.
Just running through the last couple of instances of that bout and committing them to memory. Micro details about the Phoenix Hawk.
Like the real pervert shit,
The real
like the
pervert
gear
shit,
ratios,
and also the layout of the arena.
Oh, the arena itself.
And replaying exactly where the Mad Cat went aground, and
Or where the problem, like what's the strategic pilot
positioning?
Does he think obviously it sounds like there's some issue with the stable in terms of, are they able to maintain their equipment? But was there an issue behind the yoke as well? That's the question that people are asking.
Tactically, the Mad Cat should have maintained its perimeter.
It should never have
track,
gotten. It should never have allowed the Shadowhawk
to get that close. There was some great cover in the southern part of the arena that it should have really, staked a claim in.
It was a misplay.
And just marveling at Maximilian's ability to take advantage of the terrain
and turn a loss into a win.
Turn the loss into a win. He's also calculating the weight distribution and trajectory of the final leap, and how he was able to maintain stability once he made contact with the Mad Cat, landing on 2 legs with no arms to counterbalance.
He had none of the counterbalance.
So just running through all of that, and it's going to be hard rough
to sleep?
trying to sleep tonight.
Yeah. And sleep eventually comes for Roshan, though there are questions, or there are still ideas of new ways of combat running through his brain.
It's like he just sees mechs using their jump jets.
Yeah.
He's just watching them.
Yeah.
Counting them.
Well, I mean, it is a calculating how the jump jets were used and how they were being fired off to stabilize the mechs during an attack, a death from above type situation.
Absolutely. So I'm going to wake up. I'm going to go down. I'm going to check. I'm going to check my bucket that I left open for Comstar. My presumption is that nothing's in there.
Nope.
I basically, even doom scrolling exists even in the far future. I'm gonna go through and catch up with all the latest news. I'm gonna throw this in here. There is a news. It's like the talk, like one of the big pieces of news in this part of the inner sphere is that the Coal Trust has entered into an unprecedented arrangement with the Draconis Combine to assist in logistics and supply lines. All the quotes that are from the high-end people on each side. There's no name attached to the quote that comes from the Coal Trust. It just comes from the Coal Trust, and they're very careful inside the press release to say that this isn't for any particular campaign. This isn't for this is basically just because the galaxy is a dangerous place, and victory goes to the prepared. It's all being spun as though it's just essentially like the marriage of two groups toward a specific goal. But if you had any of the inside information, it'd be easy to consider what that might be connected to. Mm-hmm. So I use my points to make my life harder. I never use points to make things good happen. I only use points so that...
Well, I'll be a nice counterbalance.
Yeah. He used his points to make you $8 million.
No, I mean, it was a great investment. But I just wanted to get that in there. It's just like, our best-in-class logistics platform, CoalNet.
Yeah.
And it's just
Coalify.
Like... Yeah, exactly. It's all right.
Yeah. Yeah, plug your logistics and shopping into our, one-stop fulfillment.
And so I read it, I get all the way down to the bottom, and then I say, great. And then I shut it down, and then I go and try to find Rashawn Cole.
Roshan is in the bay, looking over his his Nova, thinking about like what it can do.
Yeah. Is there a
like if I put the Nova into an arena match just like that circumstance, if I was in either places of the competitors, how would I react? How would it react? What my options are based on the
so
loadout
you're
of the
wargaming
Nova.
it basically.
Yes, exactly.
So I see that he's lost in thought. He's already thinking about the sorts of things that I want him to think about, which is good. And then I'm going to head back over to Zigzag, who I assume has beaten us all up.
No, you actually see her still on top of the Atlas,
Still?
like laid back, and the dropship bowl is on her head. And she's
snoring?
she's just like this, so asleep.
I say, and then I'm going to head right over to the Mad Cat.
And as you do, you just see one arm pop up and press
No.
a remote,
No.
and the foot kicks out again.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk back over to her. I'm gonna climb up to where she is at on this thing. I'm gonna like reach up, and now I'm in the mouth, and then I gotta get up and I'm gonna kind of shimmy over to the eye. And I see now that there's like discrete paths to climb up, but I didn't figure it up until halfway up, and I'm too proud to admit it. So I continue to do it the hard way, almost die, and I say, Zizi, I want to put that in the ring, and I want him to drive it.
And you just see her lift the bowl up off the top of her head, and just a little bit of popcorn still kind of sprays out from underneath.
Just a little splash.
You want what?
Well, I mean, I feel like I was clear.
It's not even done yet.
I saw a finished Mad Cat fail for a mechanical reason yesterday, and that was piloted by an elite mech warrior.
Now you're gonna use these to make my life difficult?
I'm like, and it was piloted by an elite mech warrior, and it collapsed as a result of system failure. I trust him to drive it, and I trust you to fix it.
How long do I got?
I think you don't. I think that obviously we'd like to make. Actually, I say hang on, and I get the sheet out. When is the 1v1?
The tournament starts in a day.
Okay, I say, like, it's like tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, and how many
You have
hours?
a full day. 24 hours. I mean, 36 hours.
I say, hey, listen,
it starts at 11
I
a.m.
got great news
the
for
next
you,
day.
kid. I got great news for you. 36 hours. That's more than a day. And a day is generally considered a long time.
You're going to have to spend a chip to do this.
Oh, I'm fine to do that. Well, no, understand this. I have to spend a chip to make it work. I'm not even saying it has to work. I'm saying Stavrin's a bad person. But I will, you know what? I will do this for Zizi, is what I'll do. Just to make her life easier.
And then she puts the bucket back down on her head. She says, fine.
I say, listen,
Hey.
I say, you're the boss. I say, I will get you whatever you want for the next 36 hours. That's not a joke.
7 million credits.
I say, I will get you whatever you want for the next 36 hours. I say, you want more of these drop pops? That's easy. I'll buy you the company that makes them.
Fifth Daughter's got it here. Never work for Jerry's characters.
Exactly right. So, but
Fine,
I'm like,
you realize I still need the control system.
I don't realize that. That's not. No, I'm the idea guy. I think of the ideas. 20,000 feet. That's me. You're down here. If you
Listen.
need something, you tell me what you need, and I'll get it.
What do you think I just said? And the bowl is just jiggling as she's screaming at you.
What that is.
A joystick, your handles,
Oh, what the
controls.
Make them out of wood. Give it a rustic feel.
And then from underneath the bucket,
That was a joke. It was
see
rude.
a
I
middle
apologize.
finger come up and around it.
I say control. I say you need a control yoke rod.
Yeah.
Wheel. Strap. Those got to be thick on the ground. They're probably out. Deciding which one is going to be the hard one. I'll be right back. So I'm going to head out now. I'm going to say, Mr. Cole.
He's still deep in thought. Like the world is turned off, except for what's happening in his head right now.
Say, Rashawn.
Not even a twitch.
I I don't trust myself to buy it. I don't trust myself to buy the best one. So I'm just gonna go over and talk to him, and I'm gonna say, like this time, close up in a quiet voice, in your line of sight.
So what you see is this is kind of weird.
Really?
Yeah. Before you say anything, as you step up, Rashawn, with the only thing that moves is his left arm, and he just goes.
Rashawn, the kid? I was starting to say stuff, and then I actually find this disturbing in a way, and I just stopped. Stavrin Otho stops. He doesn't say anything. He lets that happen because I'm about to ask him to do something very dangerous.
So it's like this, and then you see.
I say, did you win?
Hey, Commander.
Yeah. Hey, I need you to look at some parts with me. I want to make sure we're getting the right ones.
Sure thing, Commander.
All right. And so basically, we're gonna head into. I don't want. There's gonna be a couple tiers here, right? There's gonna be a couple tiers of offerings, right? There's gonna be like your high-end one. I do not want to go to the one that looks nice. That's for marks, right? I don't want to go to the one where everything's clean. I want to go to one that's kind of out of the way, to the extent that it's like I might want to be going to one of these other like drop ships. Like I want to try to find like the pervert shit, like the insider, like the weirdo stuff, like the specific. Well, no. This is like a 3120. Like this is a weird year. They were trying a different firmware. Like I want to go through this like fucking like a wine tasting. Like I want vintage parts that I want parts that are vintage, or I want parts that are from that were owned by. You see what I mean? Like that's the kind of stuff I wanna look for.
Okay, and you can easily find
a shithole.
No, it's actually not a shithole, but
really, it's just they don't prioritize the branding, basically.
No, actually, after you talk to several people throughout Chagos, you find it's almost like a speakeasy.
Really, it's like this is like the insider's inside spot,
and they call it the sommelier.
I'm overjoyed. I'm completely overjoyed. That is where I want to go. I want an experience that speaks to my spirit. And I'm just hauling him along. I imagine that I basically have to. It's like when you have a kid and you have there's like this parent with the leash. Yeah. Right, I get the backpack, but like with the leash. Yeah. I just got to make sure that Rashawn is continuing to come in.
Constantly like running into people.
Oh no, absolutely! It's been a huge issue.
And you travel through a couple different back alleys to where you were instructed.
Oh, dude, you see, is it gonna be one of the awesome things where it's like a shipping crate?
Yeah.
Okay, and then it like opens up and it's like, oh shit.
No, what you do, you actually find a tailor. And as you walk into the tailor's room, there are different kinds of suits, mech jumpsuits.
Oh, absolutely.
There are different kinds of formal attire.
Yeah.
And there is a man behind the counter, tall, firm, slick haircut.
Perfect.
And he just says, "Gentlemen, may I help you?"
I say, "You may." I make sure that Rashawn can hear me. And I say, I'm putting this kid in the games. And I want the best you have.
The best we have. Well then, please follow me.
Rashawn in the back corner with his head up against the glass, looking at a neural helmet, a fancy one, just being completely
just being Rashawn.
Not a part of what this place is about.
Yeah. I would ask you, are you sure this is the one you want to put into these games?
Tomorrow you won't be asking me that question.
Very well. And you see him reach underneath the counter that he's standing behind, and you hear a click, and all of the uniforms and clothing just part, and you see 2 bay doors. Follow me, gentlemen.
Yeah, Mr. Cole.
Just leaves like oily streaks on the glass, just toddling along after you.
I say, Rashawn, there's a secret store inside here. You have to keep up.
Sure, Commander.
And as the doors start to part, you go down a hallway, and doors keep opening and parting as you keep walking and walking and walking.
So we're getting the elite experience.
Yeah. And then you finally come to the last arc, the last set of doors, and they slide open. Mm-hmm. And as you walk in, a concierge with a tray of drinks.
Oh, perfect. It's this type of place.
Comes up to you, and you see 2 glasses filled with liquid in them.
Do not let Rashawn take one of these.
No. I take both. I'm just holding on to this for you. Ask me for it in 10 years. I'll keep a hold of it.
No, like Rashawn reach, and you're just like, nope.
Absolutely not.
Before you is a giant bay. But what's fascinating is the walls are a deep wood. And everything is lit by sconces and dim strips of LEDs under all these different parts.
So it's part museum, part bespoke Mechwarrior boutique. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And the tailor turns around. The sommelier turns around.
Yeah.
And says to you, "What can I interest you in?"
I say, well, we are looking. What we need is the control apparatus for a mad cat, but I suspect that you might have some interesting ideas on that particular dish.
I am regretting to inform you that Mr. Fedorov has purchased as much for Mad Cat parts as he could previously, due to his unfortunate.
Well, I mean, seeing what I saw yesterday, that does make sense.
I do have parts that can assist you and aid you in repairing that vehicle, but I do not have the control parts you seek. And for that, I apologize, but you did not get here first.
No. Would it be possible to get an indication from you at some point? Can I give you my personal information so you can contact me if something novel comes in for that platform?
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, I'm definitely going to do that. Oh man, I was really hoping that he would have the stuff.
Well, he might know someone who does.
Yeah. Well, that's the next stage. And I say, I mean, it had been my intention to shop at this legendary establishment. Is there someone else that you trust?
Not if you're putting him in a battle.
Is this too small? I say
He's got his fucking bay coveralls, and there's like an oil stain on his right sleeve.
I say, is insulting your customers? Is this part of your banter? Is this an upmarket experience, or?
It is not an insult to say you wish that someone has the best parts they can buy and would not want to see harm come to that person if they did not have the best. I find no insult in that.
Fuck you. That is an insult. And then I'm going to try to get out, but I think he's going to have to push the button. I think he's going to have to push a button or something, so I'll just wait.
Rashawn's in the corner again, just looking at you. He's like,
No.
Rashawn, we're leaving.
I say, Mr. Cole.
And you just hear click.
Yeah, I say, yeah, we're gonna learn as it's opening up. I say, what you're gonna learn, Mr. Cole, is that some stores, and then I look at him very pointedly, hate money.
Quality over quantity, Mr. Otho.
You know, I bet it's not even real wood. And we'll escape through his Disney World.
As we leave
Ride
through the
thing.
secret entrance, Rashawn gets lost in the coats.
No, and then I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna try to find him, and then I'm gonna get lost, and right when you get out, and it's just the coats are just going like this. They're going crazy. God damn it! All right, well,
I guess we gotta go to Harbor Freight.
yeah, exactly. No, Pier 1. We're gonna get a wicker command yoke for this thing. Here's what I want. Here's what I want. I want to know if there is somebody. That pilot was Maximov?
Fedorov.
It was Fedorov.
There.
Cathcart Stables.
Is there somebody who hates Cathcart Stables? Like, do they have a local rival? This is now. I'm gonna find. Now it's fucking personal. Right? I'm gonna find the angle around this thing, around the back. I'm gonna go over and through it. I'm gonna find the machinery that operates this place, and I'm going to massage it until I get my fucking yoke. So I am going to use a token for something that I actually want.
Because you saw Eric pick up one.
Exactly, and I hate that. And this is something I hate this about you. But I'm going to put this over here, and what I am doing now is I am uncovering the ancient wounds. Mm-hmm. I'm in bars. I am in mechanics places. I am where parts are being boxed up for ship, and I am finding out the real grudges in this place, and I am finding the lever point that I can use and say, I have got a special weapon that I want to use to shame Fedorov on Chagos.
Yeah, and you easily find.
The fucking grudges. They have to be here, right?
Yeah, you find Johannes Fuchs.
Is it a real guy?
Fuchs.
It was just fun to say. The way it's spelled, I'm like, oh, that's Fuchs.
You find Mr. Fox.
Mr. Fuchs. Fuchs. And he is from the cavalry
Lialper.
stables. You know that Fuchs capacitors.
Dorks. Yeah. I'm here to tear scabs off
Yeah.
and expose naked wounds and twist knives in them until I get the pieces that I want.
And he says, Mr. Otho, I would love to help you in this, in any manner that I could.
Well, I'd love to be helped, Mr. Fuchs.
Fuquet.
Yeah. Fuchs. I say, yeah, I need the parts. I want to. Let me describe for you the scenario that I want to play on the inside of your eyelids as you go to rest. I want you to see Fedorov shamed, broken, defeated, and beaten. Your coffers full of C-bills. His prized mech, his reputation on fire.
I believe it was already on fire the other night.
Yeah, well, we're going to burn the rest of it. And then we're going to salt the earth.
Interesting proposal, Mr. Otho.
Indeed. I hoped you would find it intriguing. I need the part of the mech that goes pew pew.
You need an audio device?
Yeah.
I have many a comm system I can give you.
I got the Bluetooth. I got the subwoofer. No, I say my engineer is looking for the control apparatus for a Mad Cat, and apparently they don't exist anymore. Apparently they simply cannot be secured for love or money.
Well, it would make sense.
It seems. My guess is that there is one to find.
Could you put me in communication with your engineer?
I can, and I'll pass the credentials over immediately, and then I'll also authorize Zigzag a certain amount of funds to make purchases.
Okay.
This stack is getting big.
Yeah, I got to use it.
It's getting plump.
And Zigzag gets on the horn with Mr. Fuchs, and you hear both of them going back and forth about more parts, not just the control stick.
I'm not saying anything into the communicator, but my mouth's moving. It's like, what the? As the list keeps going on, it's like some kind of magnetron. And so it's like, what the? I don't. Is that even part of it?
And Johan looks up at you and says, I believe we've come to an arrangement. We too do not have the one part you seek. We have the rest that will help your engineer build out your Mad Cat. We do not have the control apparatus, but here you go. And he passes the comm over to you. She says, Captain, this is easy.
Is it?
I found a control system. It was in Roshan's room.
I was going to say, it's like, this. I knew this is how it was going to end. I knew that this is how it was going to end, but we have strung it out so well. I say, and then it's like she's saying that, but in my mind, I'm only in number mode. Like, what is the number I see as it gets pushed over of the parts that they have ordered? Some of which I think are not even real parts.
2 million.
What?
Popcorn. Drop pots. Yeah.
I was going to do 2 million in popcorn tokens. Yeah. I got those.
In coupons.
I say, what amount of this total will you accept in drop pop proofs of purchase? What's the exchange rate? Because I got about 350 of those. And I try to make that seem cool.
And so at that point, he just lifts up a remote, clicks it, and then you see like a fish tank, a curtain slide away, and a fish tank filled with these tickets. He's like, good to see a fellow enthusiast.
I say I'm really into it. Like I'm new, but there is something about it.
Yeah, it's fun, isn't it?
Does he have like the special ones?
He has old ones. Like you can see some that have like yellowed with time.
I forget the rest of it.
Yeah.
I'm over with it, and I'm just like going through the side, and it's just like, and he's got one for specific houses.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They got different like
and
each
it's like
year,
Rise of the Clans.
Yeah, it's like different.
wow.
Every year there's new stamps, right? It's the same thing. There's like a new shape on it.
It's like the sticker books.
Not Panini sticker books. Yeah.
It's just like he's got all the stickers. It's like, oh man. Well,
this is a Team Lance title holder.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like, listen. I was like, I think that we're actually gonna keep in touch.
I would love. I would love to see if you ever want to trade.
I'm close. Well, I'm close to my first.
Yeah. I'm
close to my first.
Okay, good.
And then I just
just for that, I'll give you $500,000 off the price for a fellow enthusiast.
Well, you're talking to him.
Yeah.
And then before he can change his mind, I will punch that through. $1.5 million. Let's get it. So the actual yoke, it's the old one that little Roshan Cole had with him and has basically carried with him since his parents' death. Are you saying that that's the one we're going to install in this Mad Cat? This is the best.
Hero's Arc.
Dude, this is the ultimate. And we're going to come back. And is it okay? Will she let me look in the cockpit now? Of the Mad Cat? I say I want to see what I bought. Is that crazy?
What's the magic word?
Please, Zizi, will you let me look at the thing I bought?
And as she's standing at the base of this mech, you just see her reach over, pull a ripcord, and the tarp falls to the ground. And you see a bright, shining mech, painted beautifully before you, fully restored.
And so exactly. So it's like ready to fucking. She's been fucking with me, but she has to do some work. There's some finalizing stuff, but it's real. Like the dream is real.
After how many sessions?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm gonna climb right up the side.
Okay.
And pop open the top. And the little yoke is actually like installed in there.
No, she hasn't taken it yet.
Oh, okay. But
It's
basically, so you can like sit in it, and it's just like there's a few pieces missing inside here.
Yeah, just the control system. Everything else is immaculate.
Yeah,
And you just see.
and I am stunned by it. I am startled by it.
You actually just see a little note on the dash, and it just says for Roshan.
And I say, just like I planned it. All right, yeah. So I'm gonna climb down. I'll close the cockpit, and now I can see it. Like I can see the arc. Now I can see the vision made manifest. I want to thank God.
The J-Man.
Yeah, J Real. Obviously, One Love. No. So this is. I'm just gonna wait here while $1.5 million C-bills worth of parts roll into the bay.
Yeah, and she gets to work and just installs the last pieces, but
yeah, but while this is happening, I want to be frank with you, and I want to be frank with you as well, Rashawn, and Zizi, and Burnout, who's also here. Popcorn's on me. So if you're looking for some, I have it, and if you're trying to get some, I have that too. How bad do you want it? And I'm gonna go get it, and I'm gonna bring back all kinds of stuff. Like, it's a party atmosphere in this bay. I'm coming back not just with these snacks and treats, but I mean I'm coming back like I have to get it. I'm using like a wheeled dolly, the same as they're bringing in these parts, but this is food. Like, I'm basically saying like, hey, the next 36 hours are work time, and I'm gonna try to. It's gonna be like Jean's Friday. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna kind of turn up the value prop for the employee at this juncture. So, but I mean, so obviously it's drop pops. It's it's the Atlas slushies, but it's also like all the cool stuff from all of the stalls, like heaping ramen bowls. Like I'm coming back with goodies from like all around in the food court area.
Got lizards on sticks.
Oh yeah,
and
dude, we
shit,
got roasted ass jungle lizards. These jungle lizards are tasting good. They're crisp. And it has that sauce.
And Zigzag,
sweet.
while you're doing this and celebrating, Zigzag comes up. She says, "I kind of still need the controls
What controls?
for the Mad Cat. I haven't taken them yet. I'm not taking them from Rashawn."
Oh,
And then she walks away. Could you maybe talk to him?
I don't think so. I don't see it happening. Like, that's not where my head's at. Yeah, I'll talk to him about his stick. Jesus. Anyway, so I say, this is the one you want, and I point at like one of the piles, like one of the stacks. It's got like the noodles are separate from the broth. I'm like, that's the one. Like, for me, for my money, and it is my money. That's the one you want. And I'm just gonna. I mean, where is Roshan currently?
You can't find him.
Shit. I better take the coin back then. Yeah, I'm gonna head up to the cockpit. I'm just gonna go to the internal security cameras, see if I can find any kids on there. I'm looking for someone. I'm looking for the smallest shape just to flash between cameras.
You run through the various cameras.
Yeah.
And you circle back to the bay, and you see the Mad Cat. You see ZZ and Burnout, and you notice the cockpit of the Mad Cat open.
Oh, perfect!
And you see Roshan just sort of step out, and you can see that he's like doing this.
Oh no! Oh no! Okay. Well, I'm gonna do that too, very briefly, but in a tougher, cooler way. And then I'm gonna, yeah. I mean, obviously. And then I'll go down that middle stair. The upper platform that's at the base. It's got the split stair that goes down into the main bay. And
Roshan is just, sliding down the ladder.
Yeah, exactly. God, he probably just installed it himself. I don't have to do anything. This is the best day ever. So I'm gonna head down. I'm just gonna head down. I'm gonna sit over. One of these park carts is probably like empty now from having its, some portion of its riches.
Oh, it's not.
It's all really?
Yep.
Fair enough. I'll just go sit on one of those then.
Yep.
And I grab one of those ramens, the good ones. And
You don't see any of the parts that were purchased,
it's the Sukaman.
used.
Well, and where's ZZ?
She's just, you see her hammering away on the Mad Cat and kind of tidying it up.
Yeah. I say, Zigzag.
Yeah?
Can I help bring one of these? Can I help you with any of these parts?
I'm good up here. We're about ready to launch this beast.
Well, why do I have all these parts?
She's still hanging upside down with, welding mask on.
These parts all of these parts.
Yeah? Well, I guess never look a gift horse in the mouth, eh? Haha. Click. Goes back to welding.
Did you buy a horse? What are we talking about? Is this burnout stuff? What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
Exactly. That's what I'm asking you.
You said I could buy things.
Yeah. I guess I thought we were talking about buying things for this thing. Things.
Yeah. You never know what you're going to need in the future.
I think that's not true. I think it is possible to plan and adjust that plan based on new information.
Yeah, well, hey, look how well that worked out for you. You couldn't even find a joystick.
Too soon. Too soon. Okay, so all these parts, these are all the parts that she's been asking me to buy every other time.
You see a group of little robots sort of
you fucking
get
go
up to
for
the
it.
parts.
You can have one. One. You can have one. And it can't be the biggest one. You just be, your eyes are bigger than your stomachs, or whatever you have is bigger than another thing that you have. Is this helping at all, bots? Am I a good father? I've lost control of this ship. That's what I'm realizing now.
Like you ever had.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna just lean into that for a bit. This is not in my control. Roshan has manufactured a real narrative, some real Joseph Campbell shit for himself. Zigzag's having a great old time up there. Great oldies.
Yeah.
Hits it a day. What's Burnout doing?
Burnout comes and sits next to you. He says, "How you doing, son?"
Yeah, well, I think that your daughter really, really outsmarted me.
Yeah, she does that to everybody.
Yeah, I know that, but I liked it before when she was outsmarting people for me.
Kid, sometimes you got to ask yourself, are you doing the best for your crew?
Well, I'm spending money. Is that the same?
Are they happy?
Are they related? Yeah. I mean, he says this. Are they happy? I mean, I'm gonna go look.
And you see everybody working.
Everybody's doing what they're supposed to do.
Doing what they're supposed to do. Everybody's working. Everybody's eating, having good time, celebrating.
Robots are eating.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I look over there. Yeah. Robots are having a great time. They're scuttling all over it. It's like that. It's like a whale fall. Like they're just scuttling up over this big machine, getting strips of it, tender strips like jerky, peeling them off.
And he says, sometimes you just got to sit back and take a little pride in what you've accomplished.
Well, I'm going to do it this one time. I'm going to try to. The next 3 things I'm thinking about saying, I'm not going to say them. I'm just going to see how it works. Yeah, I mean, so the place is jumping.
Yeah.
Like everything's
God's
working. In his heaven.
Yeah.
Right? Everything is right with the world. All right. Well, here. So I'm gonna. When Roshan comes over and gets something off of the tray or something off of one of the carts, I say, "So what do you think?"
Roshan stops and turns around, looks back, and says, "Commander, I think Samira's ready."
Oh, shit.
I say that you don't... I don't know if it's lucky. I don't know if it's lucky to name it yet, kid. I don't know if it is. And I say, but I mean, if she's got to have a name, I think that one will do. I'm gonna stand up and observe this Samira now with the name attached. God, we gotta get it in there. We gotta get the paints and the stencils out. Like all the classic stuff, like all the regular stuff we have to do for this. We have to do for this thing. So yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna get the box out, and these are old. Mm-hmm. Like these have seen use.
Yeah, totally, 100%.
They are, I mean, flaking from use. But it has the paints, and I'm just gonna set that in front of you, and say, in the Remnant, this is how we do it.
Roshan takes the paint and gets the name written up there under the hatch of the cockpit, along the under the trim there. And which seems to be the final
final piece.
Yeah, the final piece.
You don't want the black Remnant?
No, black Remnant.
Do we have to start exactly? Do we have to stop at exactly at 4:30? Okay. Do you mind if I take Stavrin for a little bit?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, go for
it. You head back out to your quarters, and you reread that news report about the Coal Trust.
Have you been working over here?
And well, this is work that was done a long time ago.
Oh, awesome.
And you read a little bit about in the lead, and you sort of the first time you read it, you skipped over the introductory skimmed over because you wanted just the latest, not the history of it.
Exactly.
And
this is pretty
it
staggering.
occurs to you that the Cole Trust was founded and after the disappearance of Darius and Samira Cole.
Oh, I knew. I mean, I felt right. As I hear that name, and then I go back and go over the top, and it's just like, but that's a big weight because I mean I don't have a mom either, and it's a heavy thing. What he has done to this cat is a big weight. But there's a funny thing: if Stavrin did it, and this is basically what I'm thinking about in my room. If I had done it, it would be dark, but you know what I mean? Like it would be a vengeful thing. But Rashawn has done it like with such joy, like in such an honorary, like a joyful way. That I take it back. I think that kid's mom is going to be watching the fight. I think that she's going to be in the stands. I don't think he can lose, and then I start to really get excited.
For all the wrong reasons.
start to get real excited about it. I think maybe that's going to work. Yeah, now we got ghosts on the team. We can't lose.
Was it Pure Heart Can't Lose? What is it?
Yeah, the ancient ways. The ancient sayings. Friday Night Lights. That traditional venue. Yeah, it's a lot. It's almost mindless now. Anytime I'm at my console, I just do a quick check for.
Yep, nothing's come through from Edda.
Yeah, from the Comstar with the name. Is that customary in Comstar to have these symbols after like? I look through. I mean, I look through a few more public records. You see in Comstar.
You see various Greek alphabets followed by numerals.
Yeah, because Stavrin is such a hick.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of stuff that he doesn't know about that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Full team, big sports can't die.
Yeah. So you do see a pattern.
Yeah. It's appended for some reason. I make a note of it just to see. And it's like I have vague memories of I mean, why not? Why wouldn't we do it this way? I have vague memories of my mother, and I know that she essentially like ran away from Comstar to marry someone she shouldn't, and that's the classic story. But let's say that Stavrin has he has a memory of like playing with his mom's necklace that has like a symbol that he didn't recognize as a kid, just so we can play around with that in the future. God damn, it's almost fucking game day, isn't it?
Yeah, night at this point, night has kind of passed. The morning has come, and it's an hour off. Is there anything you want to do before? Samira is brought to the arena.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna dash off a quick message to the Samaye and say I was very drunk. And I apologize. I said some things that I shouldn't have. No, just kidding. I hate you.
No, just put at the end. Not.
Yeah. Not psych! Exclamation point. And I send it off, and I'm like,
And you just get a missive.
That would get him.
You get a missive back, and
yeah.
it just says, "Sir, even though your words are meant to hurt, your money's always welcome here."
And I say, and I'm gonna take a quick picture of myself. And I'm gonna say, do you accept these? And it's a picture of me with both fingers up like this. And I say, do you accept these? I have 2 of them.
And it just, as you look at it, you just wait like 10 minutes, and it just says delivered.
I'm waiting so hard. I'm just like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, come on.
You're kept on red. He's just keeping you on red.
Boy, I can't wait till we go legit.
Dude, that's Mackenzie. That's not, dude. Chagos, no. Yeah, Chagos Stavrin is a piece of work, even worse than usual. But yeah. I mean, I think it's time to get this thing. I think it's time to get this. So, how do people customarily get their mechs?
You can actually drive the mech. There are inside the arena. There are essentially here, not because it's a little less formal.
Yeah.
There is a force field that is around the stands and the
Thank
buildings.
God. There'd be no Chagos.
Yeah, but you see on each end there are 2 openings that the field
That allow ingress.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I'll be down there with everybody. I mean, I assume everybody's going to be there to see this thing off.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say, Mr. Cole, you ready to take her out?
Whatever you say, Commander.
Yeah. I mean, so if he walks reasonably slow, I feel like I could ride on it. I think it's got handholds and shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I am definitely doing that.
So as you ride on top of the cockpit, you see Zigzag jump up, and she's riding on one of the SRM.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I'm just saying we want to get the shot.
Yeah.
For when this becomes a famous match.
Yeah.
We want to get this shot out.
And Burnout just looks at you both, and you're like, fuck. And
I just pat on the right rocket platform. I say, we got room up here, old man.
and he just,
Come on.
you actually see him climb, shaking his head, but you've never seen anybody climb so fast.
Oh yeah, he knows how.
His muscles
He's beef.
are like
Exactly.
just ripping.
For the life of it.
And he just slides up. And
I say, all right, and then I'm gonna hit the cockpit twice.
The cockpit opens, and Roshan doesn't. No switches are flipped, and the neural helmet is not on yet, and he's just like, and he's like, Commander, it's customary that we get transport to the arena so the battle mech is fresh for the bout.
Oh, we got. I say, just hang on 1 second. Just 1 second. And I'm just gonna whistle for one of the bots. Bots. And they're gonna send it. It's the wrong bot, but it's the wrong bot twice. And it's like, nope, no, get the other one. No, the big one with the camera, the big one. All right, yes. Oh, thank you. All right, I say, just take a quick picture. Just a quick picture of us. All right, everybody, let's do it. I say, stand up. And then I'm like, big thumbs out. All right, okay, thank you. Mwah. I say, all right. You can get the maglev in there, and so I'll contact the head. I mean, in the licensing, I'm sure they'd love to charge me for this.
and they charge you heavily.
Oh, on both sides, on both sides. But yeah, they'll send out
They'll send somebody, but it's not customary on Chagos to do it this way.
Yeah,
so they will send somebody.
Yeah. I say I'm not going to do anything. Like I'm not going to do anything that is going to like worm its way into Roshan's head as being out of the ordinary. something weird. Yeah. And so everybody will peel down, back off, and then we're gonna go get we're gonna go get ourselves set up in the arena proper,
Okay.
so that we can see Rashawn come into the field.
Okay. And at this time, Tom, let's drop down.
External camera engaged.
So you are all seated
and-
on the
and-
outside skirts of the arena, and the crowds have
sweat
piled
on my
in.
brow. I'm not even in there.
Yeah. And you just hear over there, "Welcome everybody! Good morning, good afternoon! Good Lord, we are in for a nice day today! We have Rashawn Cole and his timber... What is that thing, Rashawn? Oh, God, it's a mad cat! Oh, no! Against Prima Cole and her shadow cat. Oh, Lord, is this going to be a match? Get your bets in and get them in quick. I don't think Rashawn's going to hack it, folks. Let the games begin.
I'm the speakers. What the fuck off? Honestly, yeah. Anything that he can say that changes the odds and numbers, it's for the best anyway. I got faith in this kid, and I start saying so. I say, I got faith in this kid.
And you just see from one corner of the arena a red and gold shadow cat step out.
How lovely.
Rashawn, you got that corner to place yourself. And then through the fog that is lifting,
Yeah, exactly. The morning fog.
you see Rashawn's mech take steps through and onto the battlefield, directly across the entire arena,
This brings me so much joy.
looking at the shadow cat.
Dude, listen, I already like it because I've seen it in real life, but I think that people will like to see. I think that people will like to see. It's Samira, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that people will like to see Samira in all of her glory. Here, I gotta see.
Yeah, it's real cool.
It's so good. I gotta go see it on the real camera.
Camera's a little drunk.
What a monster!
She's ready to go.
What a demon!
And that's where we'll stop for the...
I got a week to study this card.
Yeah.
Need to win these.
Okay, so is it time for me to continue?
Yeah, keep doing what you're doing. We haven't checked that hanger.
Oh yeah, this is still clean.
Yeah.
But given where he is, so is this one?
That's considered one.
Okay, I'm saying he will not really be able to interact with me at all. If I just go behind here,
go.
I scan that, and then we figure out this X
Had
factor
we
here.
won, you would just move behind him.
Correct.
And we'd be done, yes. Had you rolled better, Jerry.